I don't give up easy.
Here's Beckham. He's done it now!
Welcome to WatchMojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the best and most iconic events in the life of football and fashion superstar David Beckham on and off the pitch that morphed him into a legend.
David Beckham, surely an England player of the future, scores a goal that will be talked about and replayed for years.
Number 10, Class of 92.
Our special moments throughout our career were all in this stadium, so obviously to be here at any point brings back the best memories.
If you talk to any Manchester United fan, they're bound to mention the Class of 92. This refers to a host of footballing legends coming through the United youth system, winning the FA Youth Cup, and being promoted to the first team around the same time.
It was an achievement, but it's never enough to just win one trophy. Okay, next year, we're going to do it again.
In addition to David Beckham, other big names in this class included Paul Scholes, Nicky Butt, Ryan Giggs, and Gary and Phil Neville. This group of players became the club's backbone for many years, turning United into a powerhouse on the world stage.
You always hope and think that things will happen again, but will there ever be a time where 6 lads who grew up from the age of 12, 13 come through and win a treble, having supported the club? I'm not sure.
Number 9, his relationship with Victoria Beckham. Already one of the biggest stars on the pitch, Beckham's popularity would soar even further after his relationship with singer and fashion icon Victoria Adams became public.
I knew as soon as I met him, one of the most attractive things I found with David is that he shared the same sort of family values as me. You know, he was sitting there with his family and I really liked that. And he's a very kind person, and we're really good friends on top of everything.
Due to each of their immense popularity and status, the relationship drew significant media attention, and they were labeled as a celebrity power couple. Their relationship spawned a cultural phenomenon, and many often took notice due to their fashion sense and the luxurious lifestyles they continue to lead to this day.
The wedding. Let's talk about the wedding. Wedding was over the top. They had it at this castle that costs $8,000 a night to stay in.
The Beckhams spent $800,000 on their wedding.
Since tying the knot in 1999, the couple has remained strong and continues to be a fixture in pop culture, along with their 4 children.
But David is the most wonderful husband and fantastic father and a real inspiration to all of us.
Number 8, the Galacticos.
The day I signed here was incredible for me because it was a whole new experience.
By 2003, David Beckham's fairy tale with Manchester United had come to an end. After a falling out with Sir Alex Ferguson and his increasing fame, it was time to move on.
When I got home, I think I actually cried because it was Man United. It was a team that I'd been at for my whole life.
So for a £24.5 million fee, he chose Spain's Real Madrid to be a cog in the Galacticos machine, a squad filled with big names. During his 4 seasons with the club, Beckham left a lasting impression, with 159 appearances, 52 assists, 20 goals, and winning La Liga and the Spanish Super Cup. But in 2007, Becks opted to move to LA Galaxy in the US, turning the MLS into one of the most talked about in the world.
You say goodbye, and I say hello. Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye, I say hello.
The deal also gave him the option of owning a franchise, foreshadowing his tenure as co-owner of Inter Miami.
The fact that this is now happening, the fact that I look at our stadium and the white lines are down and the goals are up, and that for me, that's an exciting moment.
Number 7, National Captain.
It's the launch of the New England kit.
The new kit does just look great.
As England captain, David takes centre stage.
In 2000, England's caretaker manager Peter Taylor was looking to the nation's future in a game against Italy. So, he handed the captain's armband to then 25-year-old David Beckham, fulfilling the midfielder's childhood dream. When Sven-Göran Eriksson became the permanent manager in 2001, he kept Becks as captain. This showed the world he was more than a celebrity and talented player. He was a leader. Beckham, out of 115 England caps altogether, wore the armband in 59 appearances before resigning from the role after the 2006 World Cup, with only 3 players having worn it more than him for the nation at the time.
I am extremely proud to have worn the armband and been captain of England, and for that I will always be grateful.
Number 6. Torchbearer.
You recognize the driver?
Over the years, Beckham has been a vital supporter of all sports, not just football. And that was evident with his involvement in getting London the Olympics.
It's an amazing sporting event, a sporting event that is one of the biggest sporting events in history. So for that to happen now in London, especially the East End of London, it's an exciting time.
In 2005, Becks was part of the team that secured their bid for the 2012 Olympic Games. And by the time the ceremony came to the UK, Beckham was there to carry the famous torch. Like something out of a James Bond movie, he drove a speedboat along the River Thames as fellow footballer Jade Bailey held the fiery item. Strangely, while Beckham was in the provisional squad, he wasn't selected for the final Team GB men's football team. Nonetheless, he was still at the event to support the athletes. Number 5. The fall before the rise.
Just kind of swung my leg up in a stupid way. As soon as I'd done that, I knew that I was off. I knew that I'd made a huge mistake.
At the 1998 World Cup, David Beckham became public enemy number 1 in England after being sent off for the national side when he kicked Argentina's Diego Simeone. The game also saw England knocked out of the tournament. Beckham received verbal abuse wherever he went for months.
To receive that level of abuse for a mistake that someone had made on a football field, it was sickening, it was vile, it was bordering on criminal, some of the things that he had to put up with.
It was a make or break moment for the midfielder. Most would struggle to come back from that, but not Becks. Instead, he worked hard and got his redemption. One example of this was during the 2002 World Cup, when England faced Argentina in Group F. When England got a penalty kick, Beckham stepped up and tucked it away nicely.
He's big enough. Captain's example, David Beckham. England lead Argentina. Those 3 little words that mean so much.
The relief and joy on his face were clear as he celebrated what turned out to be the winning goal. Number 4. Treble Winner. The 1998-99 season for Manchester United was one of the greatest of all time.
We've just got to set our, sights on, doing well and playing well in them games. So, we're looking forward to it now. Now we've won this, it's given us a bit more confidence to go and, hopefully win the other 2.
After all, they became the first English club to win the Premier League, FA Cup, and UEFA Champions League. And David Beckham was an essential part of this feat. He scored one of the goals against Tottenham Hotspur that secured the Premier League and played in the FA Cup final victory against Newcastle United. His heroics against Bayern Munich in the Champions League final are fondly remembered.
Beckham in towards Schmeichel. It's comfort to White York. Cleared. Geeks with a shot.
His corner kicks led to both of the team's goals made by Teddy Sheringham and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They went on to win 2-1 in the last minutes of the match.
And then everything just literally erupted.
Into Sheringham, and Solskjaer has won it!
Number 3. Halfway hero.
First great day of the season, you have to say it with the goal of the season. But what a marvellous strike of the ball.
In 1996, Manchester United faced Wimbledon in the Premier League in the opening day fixture. With United cruising with a 2-goal lead, Beckham picked up the ball near the halfway line. He looked up and spotted Wimbledon goalkeeper Neil Sullivan was far off his line.
And Beckham saw Sullivan off his line! Oh! That is absolutely phenomenal!
So Becks lofted a long ball that sailed over the keeper's head and into the back of the net over 50 yards away. This moment helped turn the youngster into a household name. We don't want to say this was why Beckham won the PFA Young Player of the Year award, but it's safe to assume it certainly helped his case. Number 2. That free kick. On a fateful day in 2001, David Beckham really lived up to his Golden Balls nickname. With England trailing 2-0 to Greece in a qualifier for the 2002 World Cup, it looked like they would be heading to the playoffs. But Beckham swung in a free kick that Teddy Sheringham nodded home in the 68th minute. But as the seconds ticked down, it seemed hopeless. England got a free kick in the 93rd minute, 30 yards from the goal. Up stepped the captain once more. As the nation held its breath, Beckham delivered perfection.
Beckham could raise the roof here with a goal. I don't believe it!
Greece's Antonis Nikopolidis could do nothing but watch the ball swing past him into the net. With that, England secured automatic qualification, and Beckham cemented his legendary status. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Hanging up the boots. In 2013, David Beckham left LA Galaxy to sign with Paris Saint-Germain on a short-term deal. Instead of raking in more money, he donated his wages to a local children's charity.
We decided on something that's quite unique. Throughout this time now, I won't receive any salary. We've decided that my salary will go towards a children's charity, a local children's charity in Paris.
In 14 appearances, Beckham made 2 assists for the French side, helping secure their first Ligue 1 title since 1994. But shortly before the end of the season, despite PSG offering him a contract extension, Beckham announced he would retire from professional football after a glittering 2-decade career.
And I just feel now is the time.
In his final game against Brest, Beck signed off in a typical fashion, assisting on a goal in a 3-1 win.
And now Beckham will hand over the captain's armband and bring the curtain down on a glorious career. A standing ovation from the Parc des Princes crowd, including his wife Victoria and his sister Joanna.
As he was subbed off, an emotional Beckham thanked the fans, and it marked the end of one of the most decorated careers in football history. Which Beckham moment is your favorite? Let us know in the comments.
You haven't seen nothing yet.
There's more to come.
Maybe.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.